In recent years, we have seen the unprecedented impact of CO2 emissions on our fragile climate, and we are now at a tipping point for irreparable damage to our natural environment. The homes and buildings we inhabit are key contributors to this problem. Building and construction are currently responsible for 39% of all carbon emissions in the world, with operational emissions associated with energy used to power, heat, cool and light our buildings accounting for 28%. Clearly, there is an urgent need to create a more sustainable built environment. Researchers at the University of Nottingham have been working with industry to develop and implement a new community energy system that aims to be financially and environmentally sustainable so that it becomes an attractive alternative to business as usual and therefore helps accelerate our move to carbon neutrality. The Trent Basin Community Energy Project uses the following key strategies for decarbonising the built environment: reduce energy consumption, optimise power and energy flows, and incorporate community-scale renewables and storage. The outcome has been the development of an active energy community on the banks of the River Trent in Nottingham, a city which plans to be the first UK carbon-neutral city by 2028. Let us consider the concepts behind embedded green energy generation and storage. Traditionally, houses receive electrical energy from the national grid, and the carbon emissions associated with this energy are dependent upon the carbon intensity of the grid. Solar PV panels provide a means of green energy generation that can be utilised locally without first being exported to the national grid. In other words, they allow energy production and utilisation behind the energy utilities billing meter. When solar energy generation is high, some surplus energy can even be sold back to the grid, further offsetting energy bills. But at night time or during poor weather, homes need to switch back to the grid for their energy supply. This is where energy storage can assist. Surplus energy generated during sunny weather can be stored in batteries and used by the local community when it is needed. Not all buildings have ideal roofs for solar with appropriate orientation or sun exposure. By working together and at scale, costs can be reduced and efficiencies increased through optimized deployment of on-site generation technologies. The benefits of working together to build communities with on-site green energy generation, storage and usage go beyond reducing carbon footprint. A local energy services company called Trent Basin ESCO Limited, which manages these energy assets, can supply the generated electricity directly into member properties behind the utility's grid meter and at lower cost than the typical average fixed rate price. This behind-the-meter supply can also be used to fully replace grid dependency and provide variable pricing in as little as half-hourly pricing windows. This gives community residents the flexibility to use their high-energy appliances when rates are lowest. Trent Basin is still under development, but already the project comprises 76 energy-efficient homes constructed using a fabric-first energy-efficient design approach. The interconnected solar PV network is currently rated at 271.2 kilowatt peak power and also includes a 1 megawatt connection to the grid, enabling the purchase of additional or selling of surplus energy. For energy storage, the Trent Basin has a local energy centre featuring a 2.1 megawatt hour battery. At the time of its installation, it was the largest community energy battery in Europe. Operation of the project is closely monitored and a cloud-based platform has been developed for data storage and analysis. In 2019, over 150 megawatt hours of energy was generated, resulting in carbon savings equivalent to 34 tonnes of CO2. The average annual electricity consumption of monitored households was just 2.6 megawatt hours, and therefore the total energy generated was enough to supply over 75% of the annual community electricity needs for the entirety of phases 1 and 2 of the development. Trent Basin project truly is an active community revolutionising energy systems. Demonstrating cutting-edge decarbonisation technologies, the local community energy project and Trent Basin housing development are leading by example for a greener, brighter future.